Robert Redford, a name synonymous with Hollywood excellence, has embarked on a captivating journey beyond the glitz and glamour of the silver screen. At 86 years old, his presence may be less frequent, but his legacy resonates with enduring power. In this video, we delve into the enigmatic reasons behind Redford's reduced visibility, and we'll take a look at his passion for cars. Join Factsverse as we present, at 86 years old, this is the car Robert Redford drives. His legacy. Robert Redford has left an indelible mark on the world of cinema, not just through his acting prowess, but also through his creation of the Sundance Film Festival. This event, founded in 1978 and officially named Sundance in 1991, has been a launchpad for many of today's cinematic luminaries, including Steven Soderbergh, Quentin Tarantino, Elizabeth Olsen, Michael B. Jordan, and Jennifer Lawrence. The festival has been a beacon of independent cinema, providing a platform for fresh, innovative voices in the industry. It's also been instrumental in the discovery of new talent and promotion of films that might not otherwise have reached a wider audience. The festival's commitment to showcasing diverse and underrepresented voices has had a profound impact on the film industry, but it has faced its share of controversy. A recent report by Variety highlighted how film festivals, including Sundance, have become wary of showcasing films that might stir social media backlash. The handling of the Jihad Rehab documentary at Sundance was a prime example. Despite these challenges, Redford has remained largely silent on these issues. In 2018, Redford announced his retirement from acting, only to make a brief return in Avengers Endgame the following year. He also stepped back from his public work for the Sundance Film Festival. During the 2019 celebration, he shared his decision to step away from the festival in the same capacity he'd held for so many years. However, it didn't diminish his love for the art of filmmaking or his unwavering support for emerging talents. Instead, it signaled a shift, a newfound freedom to explore different avenues and embrace new experiences. The exploration was beautifully illustrated when his grandson, Dylan Redford, co-directed a film for the festival. The film, titled Omniboat, a fast boat fantasia, was an unconventional Miami mosaic that even featured Redford voicing a dolphin named Lokia. Despite being in retirement, Redford agreed to participate in his grandson's project, showcasing his enduring support for young filmmakers and his family. A glimpse into Robert Redford's relationships with female co-stars. Over the course of his career, Redford has shared the screen with many leading ladies, but the dynamics of his relationships with his female co-stars, particularly Barbra Streisand and Jane Fonda, have often piqued public interest. In the 1973 classic The Way We Were, Redford starred opposite Barbra Streisand. A book by Robert Hoffler titled The Way They Were, How Epic Battles and Bruised Egos Brought a Classic Hollywood Love Story to the Screen, sheds light on the complexities of their working relationship. According to Hoffler, Redford initially had reservations about working with Streisand, as he didn't consider her a serious actress. During filming of their intimate scenes, Redford was reportedly concerned about his reputation among his female fan base. He refused to utter the line, "It'll be better this time," fearing it might imply he was less than stellar in real-life romantic encounters. Hoffler reveals that Redford was cautious about his public image, saying that he was never bad in bed. The book also delves into Streisand's perspective and reveals that she had a crush on Redford. This unrequited infatuation added an additional layer of complexity to their working relationship. Despite the challenges, Redford maintained a high level of professionalism, even when Streisand requested multiple takes for their love scenes. Hoffler further reports that Redford took precautions to ensure his comfort during these scenes, allegedly wearing 2 pairs of underwear as a form of protection. Moving on to Jane Fonda, another of Redford's notable co-stars, recent comments shed light on their on-set dynamics. In a candid interview, Fonda remarked that Redford has an issue with women. She recalled instances where Redford seemed to be in a perpetually bad mood on set, leading her to believe that she was somehow responsible. Despite this observation, Fonda acknowledged Redford as a very good person. Porsche lover. In the world of classic cars, few tales are as compelling as that of the 1964 Porsche 904 GTS, a vehicle that once belonged to Redford. The green coupe, a symbol of racing heritage and Hollywood glamour, was the star of the Bonhams Paris event. It fetched a staggering $1.5 million, a testament to its historical significance and enduring appeal. The car's value has skyrocketed from its original price of just over $7,000, equivalent to about $63,000 today. The Porsche 904 GTS was designed for racing. a purpose it fulfilled with distinction. It was the first Porsche with a fiberglass body, a feature that was quite innovative in 1964. It was equipped with a 2-liter flat-4 engine matted to a 5-speed gearbox that provides 180 brake horsepower. Its first owner was racer and collector Steve Earle, who quickly sold it to Steve Berg. After a couple years on the racetrack, the car found its way to Robert Redford in 1966. Redford, a known Porsche enthusiast, kept the car for almost a decade before selling it. Redford's ownership of the Porsche adds a layer of Hollywood glamour to the car's history. The actor drove Porsches quite regularly since the beginning of his career in the 60s. The 904 GTS was just one of several that Redford owned, including several 911s and 912s and a 1955 Porsche 550 Spyder RS. Redford's journey into the world of racing began with a simple visit to Bondurant's racing school. After introducing Paul Newman to the racing school, his passion for cars was ignited. He quickly developed an affinity for Porsches in particular. Paul Newman's fascination with cars became so intense, it started to dominate all his conversations. Redford humorously noted that Newman could spend hours discussing cars, likening it to a favorite song that Newman kept on repeat. Deciding to inject some humor into Newman's car obsession, Redford planned a birthday surprise. He found a completely wrecked Porsche, gift-wrapped it, and had it delivered to Newman's porch with just a happy birthday note. Newman's response was silent but impactful. A few weeks later, Redford found a compact cube of metal at his home, the wrecked Porsche now crushed. Not one to back down from a prank, Redford turned the crushed Porsche into a garden sculpture and sneakily placed it into Newman's garden. It remains there to this day, a silent memento of their shared joke. Despite the elaborate prank, neither of them ever discussed it with each other. Retirement? Once a ubiquitous presence in the world of cinema, the sight of Redford gracing our screens has become increasingly rare. While some may assume Redford has fully retired, the reality is more nuanced. Retirement, it seems, is a label Redford hesitates to embrace fully. In various interviews, he's expressed a desire to step away from acting and focus his energy on directing and producing. While his on-screen performances may have become less frequent, his passion for the art of storytelling remains unwavering. Even in discussions surrounding his retirement from acting, he hints at a continued interest in the director's chair. His last directorial endeavor, the captivating The Company You Keep, graced the screens in 2014. He's also kept his creative flame burning through his ventures as a producer. The list of his recent credits attests to his ongoing dedication to bringing compelling stories to life. From the captivating 2021 documentary The Mustangs, America's Wild Horses, to the highly anticipated TV series Dark Winds, Redford's presence behind the scenes continues to shape and elevate the artistic landscape. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite Redford movie? Let us know in the comments section below. Robert Redford has lived a life filled with triumphs, heartaches, and personal challenges. From his marriages to his family life, his journey has been marked by the complexities of love, the joys of fatherhood, and the weight of personal struggles. Through it all, he's emerged as a multifaceted and resilient person, leaving an indelible mark on the film industry. Join Factsverse as we present You Won't Believe Who Robert Redford Married. See her today. Robert's first wife. Robert was married to Lola Van Wagenen, his first wife, for nearly 3 decades. Robert and Lola met in 1957 while attending the University of Colorado. They quickly fell in love and tied the knot the following year. During the early years of their marriage, the couple had 4 children together: Scott, Shauna, David, and Amy. Lola Van Wagenen, an accomplished historian and activist, supported Redford throughout his burgeoning acting career. During this time, he gained recognition for his roles in films like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Sting, and The Great Gatsby. While Redford's fame grew, Lola focused on raising their children and pursuing her own interests. Despite their seemingly idyllic life, the couple faced challenges, including the tragic loss of their second son, Scott, who passed away at age 2 due to sudden infant death syndrome. This devastating event deeply impacted their family and their marriage. Over time, Redford's career as an actor and filmmaker continued to soar. He went on to establish the Sundance Institute and the Sundance Film Festival, both of which have become prestigious platforms for independent cinema. Throughout his professional achievements, Lola Van Wagenen remained a constant source of support and encouragement. But as Redford's career flourished, the pressures and demands of their respective lives took a toll on their marriage. The couple eventually separated in 1985, and divorced shortly after. Despite the end of their marriage, Redford and Van Wagenen maintained an amicable relationship as they co-parented their children. Lola Van Wagenen, after her divorce from Redford, focused on her own endeavors. She continued to pursue her passion for history and activism, working on various projects related to women's rights and social justice. Robert's second wife. Redford's marriage to Sibylle Szaggars, a German artist, marked a new chapter in his personal life. The couple tied the knot in 2009, bringing together their shared passions and artistic sensibilities. While their marriage may not have been as widely publicized as Redford's previous union, it's been a source of joy and growth for both of them. Robert and Sibylle found love later in life, and their partnership exemplifies a deep connection built on mutual respect and understanding. Sibylle, known for her environmental artwork, shares Robert's passion for conservation and sustainable living. Their marriage has been characterized by a balance between their individual pursuits and their collaborative endeavors. Sibylle has continued to showcase her art around the world, while Redford has remained active in his career and philanthropic efforts. Together, they've navigated the complexities of their respective professions while supporting and inspiring one another. While the couple do not have children together, they've embraced a blended family dynamic. Redford's children from his previous marriage, along with Sibylle, have formed a close-knit bond. While Redford remains private about his personal life, his marriage to Sibylle has provided him with love, support, and a partner with whom he can share his passions. Robert's life challenges. Despite his immense success and acclaim, Robert Redford has not been immune to heartache and challenges throughout his life. One of the most tragic events in Redford's life was that loss of his son, who passed away at 2. This devastating loss had a profound impact on Redford and his family, leaving a lasting void and reshaping their lives forever. The pain of losing a child is an unimaginable burden to bear, and it undoubtedly brought immense heartache and sorrow to Redford and those close to him. He's also faced challenges within his career. Despite his talent and numerous accolades, there were times when he encountered professional setbacks and disappointments. From project cancellations to critical receptions that fell short of expectations, these challenges may have tested Redford's resilience and determination. He's also had to navigate the complexities of fame and the invasion of privacy that often accompanies it. As a renowned actor and filmmaker, he's faced public scrutiny and constant media attention. Balancing the demands of his career with the desire for personal privacy can be challenging. But despite these hardships, Redford has shown resilience and strength. He's used his platform to raise awareness about issues close to his heart, such as environmental conservation and social justice. Robert's dating life. While Robert has spent most of his life in one of his 2 marriages, there were also brief periods where he was single. And while he's been private about his personal relationships, there have been publicized connections and rumored romances that have garnered attention over the years. One notable relationship in Redford's life was his connection to actress Sonia Braga. They worked together on the film The Milagro Beanfield War, and their on-screen chemistry led to speculation about a potential off-screen romance. Though details about the extent and duration of the relationship remain private, their professional collaboration showcased their compatibility as artists. Redford has also been linked to other notable women in the industry, including actress Cathy O'Rear. They reportedly dated in the early 80s. Similarly, there were rumors of a romantic involvement with actress Candice Bergen, with whom Robert worked on the film The Hunting Party in 1971. Robert's career highlights. Redford's career spans several decades, during which he's amassed an impressive list of accomplishments. As an actor, director, and producer, he's consistently demonstrated his talent, earning critical acclaim and widespread admiration. His breakout role came in 1969 with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, where he portrayed the charismatic outlaw Butch Cassidy opposite Paul Newman. The film became a massive success, solidifying Redford's star status and showcasing his natural charm and on-screen presence. In 1973, he delivered a memorable performance in The Sting. That film, which reunited him with Newman, won 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. He continued to showcase his range, receiving critical acclaim for his portrayal of Bob Woodward in the political thriller All the President's Men, based on the Watergate scandal. He's also had a significant impact as a director and producer. In 1980, he directed and starred in Ordinary People, a deeply moving drama that explored the complexities of family dynamics. The film received critical acclaim, winning 4 Academy Awards, including Best Director for Redford. And of course, his passion for indie filmmaking led him to establish the Sundance Institute and the Sundance Film Festival. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you know Robert Redford has been married since 2009 to his second wife, and that he lost a child to sudden infant death syndrome? What's your favorite role of his? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Robert Redford is one of the most iconic actors out there, having risen to fame on the back of such films as All the President's Men, The Sting, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And the actor ventured out into directing later in his career, a feat that greatly increased his artistic profile. Despite his immense success, he's led a troubled personal life with numerous tragedies. Join Facts First as we explore the devastating death of Robert Redford's 2 sons. Robert has been married twice in his life, and he's also the proud father of 4 children. Sadly, 2 of these children have died tragic deaths. He shares his children with his first wife, Lola Van Wagenen. Robert and Lola married in 1958 and gave birth to their first son shortly after in 1959. Their first child was named Scott. Less than 3 months after his birth, he passed away from what is known as sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. SIDS remains an incredibly mysterious occurrence, and the new parents were both shocked and devastated upon finding their newborn baby passed away in his crib. Despite the fact the event took a major toll on both Robert and his wife, they persevered and managed to make their relationship strong. After the death of Scott, they successfully tried again at being parents. Scott was buried in Provo City Cemetery in Provo, Utah. Robert kept the death of his firstborn son a secret for a while, simply believing it wasn't the public's business. Robert and Lola quickly set their grief aside and made a second bid together to become parents, giving birth to their second child in 1960. This was a daughter named Shauna. They were understandably worried during the early months of Shauna's life due to the experience they had with their first child. Thankfully, she ended up growing into a healthy young girl. Following her birth, they gave birth to a third child, James. James was born in 1962. Several years later, they decided it was time to add a new addition to their family and had a second daughter, Amy, who was born in 1970. Robert Redford had been struggling to make a name for himself throughout the 60s and caught a big break when he received the titular role of the Sundance Kid in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. By the time of Amy's birth in 1970, Robert was at the top of the world. Following the birth of his fourth and final child, he quickly rose to become one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. In 1974, he had another hit starring alongside Paul Newman called The Sting, and it became an even bigger success than their first outing together. Sadly, they never made another film together, though they remained great friends. In 1976, Robert starred in All the President's Men, which further solidified the actor as a dramatic star to be reckoned with. Years later, he branched out into directing with 1980's Ordinary People. The film was a major success, and Robert became one of the only people in history to win an Academy Award for Best Director for his debut feature. The film also won other awards, including the Academy Award for Best Picture. Robert came into the 80s at the top of his game, but his marriage was crumbling amidst his increased fame. Robert and Lola's youngest child was entering her double digits, and the couple found themselves less interested in each other than ever before. Robert was spending more and more time away from the family due to his expanding career, and the couple eventually called it quits in 1985. But they maintained a close friendship and continued to co-parent their children together. Despite the fact that their 3 children grew into adults, one of them ended up dying a tragic death just recently. Because of this, Robert has had to watch 2 of his children pass away, which is something no parent should have to do. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like, and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. After Robert and Lola's divorce in 1985, they stayed on good terms, so they could watch their 3 remaining children grow up together amicably. And 2 of Robert's children even grew up in their father's Hollywood footsteps. First daughter, Shauna, is the only one of the 3 who didn't grow up to be in Hollywood, but she did become a talented artist in her own right. She became a painter. Although Robert has certainly been better known for his work as an actor and filmmaker, he's always had a passion for painting, having studied it in Florence when he was a young man. Shauna was married in 1985 to a man named Eric Schlosser, and the 2 are still currently together. She's also given birth to 2 children of her own, Connor and Mika. These 2 grandchildren have grown to love their grandpa Robert, and he's grown to love them very much in return. James is the second of Robert and Lola's 4 children to have made it into adulthood, and the couple's second son overall. Sadly, he's also the second of their children to have passed away, but he led a long life before his recent death. James became a director, directing several award-winning documentary TV programs and films with an emphasis on global warming, which is a topic his father is also passionate about. Some of James's work includes 2017's Happening: A Clean Energy Revolution and 2013's Toxic Hot Seat. Before his recent death, James also married and had 2 kids. He married his spouse Kyle in 1988, and the two went on to have 2 kids, Dylan and Lena. Amy was the 4th and final of Robert and Lola's children, and she's followed in her father's footsteps even more so than James. In addition to becoming a director, she's also a producer and an actress. She made her acting debut in 1998's Della Ventura before appearing in 1999's Giving It Up. Perhaps more notably, she featured in an episode of the hit HBO drama The Sopranos. In addition to her Hollywood career, Amy also has a daughter. Her only child is shared with her partner, who's a man named Matt August. Besides the films and TV programs Amy's appeared in, she's also directed a feature called The Guitar. The Guitar premiered at Redford's own Sundance Film Festival. Amy also produced the film. Sadly, The Guitar wasn't met with incredibly good critical reception, and Amy has yet to release another feature film as a director. But she has released several short films and appears to have a new feature in production called Phoenix. James passed away in October 2020, marking the second death of a child that Robert Redford has had to experience during his lifetime. He was 58 years old at the time and had recently celebrated his father's 84th birthday with him. James had been battling liver cancer for several years before eventually succumbing. Kyle survived him, in addition to the 2 children the couple had shared. Robert Redford had celebrated his 84th birthday a mere 2 months before the death of his second and last remaining son. In addition to James, his other kids and his grandchildren and second wife joined the actor for his celebration. Robert's second wife is named Sibylle Szaggars, and the two were married in 2009. Since Robert's role in the 2018 feature The Old Man and the Gun, the actor and director has essentially been retired, but he did come out of retirement for a brief period to reprise his role in the 2019 film Avengers: Endgame. That movie could prove to be his last work on film, but many close to Robert are optimistic that the actor could come out of retirement again if the right project came down the line. Now it's time to hear from you. Comment down below to share if you think Robert Redford should come out of retirement. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts Verse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.